Hola, I'm Fivers and welcome to Grimlight. First of all, happy Valentine's Day to everyone, and to you, Laska. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at the new 5-star heroes that have just been released. These two new characters are the perfect couple for Valentine's Day, Romeo and Juliet. First Santa Claus in Christmas and now these two in Valentine. Honestly, I'm really happy about the characters that Grimlight released in every special event. Romeo is a water warrior, he does physical damage and he is a hero from the fairy tale of Romeo and Juliet. He costs 4 crystals to deploy, so he has the same cost as Alice and he is the first water warrior with this cost. Taking a look at his stats at level 80, we can see that he has 1597 combat power. Comparing him with the other warriors, we can see that he has the same attack as the beast. His attack is so high for being a 4 cost, almost 200 points higher than Alice. His defense is also really high for being a 4 cost, and his HP is really good too. His range is 1 and his attack speed is 0.8. This is the worst attack speed among warriors. Then his critical rate, his critical damage and his movement speed are the standard values. His stats are really good. Let's take a look at his abilities. His active ability is called Mark of Montague, and at level 1 is Romeo heals himself for 50% max HP and increases his attack speed by 30% for 10 seconds. Okay, so his active ability is not an ability to deal damage. This is a bit sad considering his incredible high attack, but healing himself for 50% max HP is actually an incredible healing that will help him survive way longer. The attack speed is also not bad. This will make him reach 1 point of attack speed, so he will attack at the standard speed during these 10 seconds. His passive is called Violent Delights, and at level 1 is every 4 hits, swing at the target dealing 350% damage and inflicting minus 30% resilience for 10 seconds, max 1 stack. This passive is actually really good. 350% is the highest percentage that any warrior has in their abilities. Only Rat King has also this percentage in his passive. So basically, due to his high attack and his high percentage, every 4 hits he will deal a huge amount of damage to a single enemy. And also applies a resilient debuff, so the enemy will be affected by crowd control for more time. This is one of the best passives of the game in my opinion. Romeo has 2 traits. Love's Embrace gains 50% max HP sealed at the beginning of the battle if Juliet is on your side of the field. Lasts 30 seconds. This is a lot of more health. It will be better if it wouldn't be limited to 30 seconds, but I think that 30 seconds is more than enough. And to finish, Star-Crossed Lovers. If Juliet is killed on your side of the field, Romeo will die too. Okay, we haven't seen Juliet yet, so I can't really tell how easily Juliet can die, but honestly, I think that if Romeo dies, in most of the cases it will be due to this trait and not because he loses all his health. So I would say that this trait makes him worst, and I would think about playing him without Juliet and don't apply any effects of his traits at all, but I can't hate this effect, just because it's so loyal to the story of Romeo and Juliet. Now let's take a look at Juliet. Juliet is a fire sage, she does magical damage and she is a hero from the fairy tale of Romeo and Juliet. She costs 4 crystals to deploy, so she has the exact same cost as Mary. Taking a look at her stats at level 80, we can see that she has 1203 combat power. Comparing her with the other sages, we can see that she has the same attack as Rapunzel, so it's not a horrible attack, but not the best either. Her defense and HP are good, really similar as Mary. Her range is 4 and her attack speed is 1, these are the standard values among sages. Then her critical rate, her critical damage and her movement speed are the standard values. Her stats are not incredible, but they are good. Let's take a look at her abilities. Her active ability is called Distant Admirer, and at level 1 is Juliet heals all allies for 25% max HP and grants a plus 25% attack buff for 10 seconds. This active ability is a better version of the White Queen's active ability. White Queen basically heals 20% of her max HP and gives plus 15% of attack, so Juliet heals 5% more and gives 10% more attack. This is basically due that White Queen costs 3 crystals to deploy and Juliet costs 4. And I think that is a really decent healing and the bonus of attack is actually really good. Her passive is called Fate Forever, and at level 1 is every 3 hits heal 15% max HP to the weakest ally. If Romeo is on the field, he is also healed for an additional 15% max HP. Once again, pretty similar to White Queen's passive. but this time Juliet heals 5% more, and instead of applying cleanse, she will heal Romeo with the same amount of healing. So it's actually a decent passive, also if Romeo is not on the field, but even better if he is, of course. Juliet has 3 traits: Capulet's Bloodline, immune to silence. This is one of the best traits of the game in my opinion. Being immune to silence basically means that she will charge and use her active ability without being affected by this effect. A rose apart, Juliet gains 20% cooldown reduction if Romeo is on the field. Cooldown reduction will make her use her active ability more often, so this makes you want to play Romeo almost 100% if you want Juliet to be a really good sage. And to finish, Star-Crossed Lovers. If Romeo is killed on your side of the field, Juliet will die too. This is basically the same trait as Romeo, and honestly, due that Juliet will be also healing Romeo a lot, I still think that if this couple dies, will be because Juliet dies. So if you want this couple to work well, you will have to be really careful about where to place Juliet in combat. Assassins will be your main threat to this couple, and some AoE damage. Well, should you summon Romeo and Juliet? Honestly, I think that this couple will help you a lot in the story if you are brand new to the game. I think that their combination will make your team almost immortal in most of the cases. But as I have mentioned before, I don't think that this couple will be that good in PvP, mostly due to their trait. Because in PvP there are a lot of assassins, or even characters like Headless Horseman could be a big threat to Juliet and could cause the death of Romeo too. So in PvP, Romeo will have to be played alone in most of the cases, but I still think that he could be pretty useful alone, but of course he wouldn't be at his max potential without Juliet. Of course, if you like their design or you just want the heroes, just pull for them. I actually think that both of their designs are incredible. Just the idea of being able to play these famous characters excites me. And that's it for today's video. I hope that I have helped you. Thank you so much for watching, leave a comment, drop a like and consider subscribing if you wanna see more Grimlight content in the future, and see you in the next video. Ciao!